Sounds good. And we're back for the final game on day one at the 2019 PowerHockey Canada Cup. The final game, the Michigan Mustangs and the Toronto Lake Raiders. Both teams have yet to win a game today, so this is an important one heading into day two of competition tomorrow. On the face-off for the Lake Raiders, we got Rob Legacy. And for the Michigan Mustangs, Dean Oliver Jr. Underway here in a second. Face-off won by the Mustangs. Parent for the Mustangs carrying the ball behind his net, being pursued by two Lake Raider forwards. Parent up the boards, cut off by Legacy. On the right side, half boards, just inside the center ice line. Montero turns the ball over for the Lake Raiders and takes it in to the Mustang zone. Legacy and Montero doubling Parent as they fight for the ball. Support coming in from the Mustangs. Here's Montero. In deep into the Mustangs line. Turning back. Tries to find the rally, but the ball is turned over. And here come the Mustangs out on the attack. Rally now for the Lake Raiders coming in on a one-on-one. Oh, but a great back check by Parent to strip the ball. Legacy now shot on net, but blocked by Mustangs. Parent again. Here's Parent now on a one-on-one coming in on Coburn. Long distance shot, but he puts it wide. He picks it behind the Lake Raiders net. Parent trying to figure out what he's going to do with it. Parent and Raleigh now fighting for it. To the left of the Lake Raider goalie and Zoo. Raleigh now off the boards. Breaking down the right wing. Cross-ice pass to Legacy. It's out of his reach, but he chases onto it. Parent in hot pursuit. Legacy now turns it back. Shot on net. Huge save by the Mustangs goaltender. Parent battling for it behind his own net. Centered out in front by the Lake Raiders, but to no avail, does not get to Montero. Parent once again now behind his own net, trying to find his way out from the trap. Up the near side boards. Cuts to the center. Long shot deep on net, and it's wide. Out over the end boards behind Zoo in the Lake Raider goal. Face off to the left, to the right, sorry, of the Michigan Mustangs goalkeeper. Legacy and Parent on the draw. Legacy wins it back to Raleigh. Raleigh trading the ball, finding it on net. Huge save. Ball's loose, rolls to the crease, but Montero is unable to get there to tap it in the empty cage. Here from the Mustangs up the floor, but Rob Legacy with the quick stick turns the ball back and sends it in behind the Mustangs net. Mustangs in break 8 now. Kruger up to Parent. Parent chases on after it, but Matthew Colburn is there for the Lake Raiders to steal the ball into the corner. Ball behind the Lake Raiders net now. Lake Raiders cleared out, but Kruger is there at the blue line to keep it into the Mustangs, being pursued by Rob Legacy. Kruger now chips it in on the near side. Centers it out in front, but Legacy's there to intercept the pass. Kruger fires one in on net, but it's shot wide. Montero now for the Lake Raiders, picks it up in his own zone. Chips it off the boards. Morales chasing onto it. But the Mustang defenseman is quickly there to end that chance. Jordan Smith has it now behind their own net. Tries to center out in front, but Rob Legacy's there to stop it, and Montero stuffs it and puts it out of play. 0-0 with 11:05 remaining in the first period. And the final game here at the PowerHockey Canada Cup between the Michigan Mustangs and the Toronto Lake Raiders. Face off to the right of Dean Oliver in the Mustang zone. Legacy loses the draw to Tristan Parent. Parent now behind his own net for the Mustangs. Fate's thrown around the net and is looking for a lane up the middle. Gets a great block from Josh Tudor. Parent now stopped at the blue line but goes wide. Cuts over the center ice line. Tries to shoot it in deep but fans on it, and Montero's able to block it. However, Parent quickly gets back on his horse and finds the ball. Gives it over to Thur. Thur has some room now after a great pick. Thur, backdoor pass to Tudor, or the Parent, sorry. Bradley now clears the danger. Montero cross-ice pass to Legacy. Legacy chips it in deep. Parent from the Mustangs easily takes that though and carries it around his own net, looking for a quick breakout pass. As he approaches center, he chips it in deep. Mustangs are hard on it, but Legacy steals it. Legacy out the boards to Morale. Bradley's battling Flirt in the corner now. Face off to the near side of Dean Oliver in the Mustangs goal. Legacy loses a draw. Parent picks it up. Fate's thrown around the net and goes wide. He's flying down the wing. Morales on him, cuts him off. Parent now turns back, makes a great move, and goes wide on Morales down the near side. Tries to shoot it on net, but puts it wide into the far corner. Fleur has it now on the half boards for Michigan. Fleur working his way up to the top of the slot. Forced back by Morale. Legacy steals it now. He's on a partial breakaway. Fleur's on him. Legacy fakes the shot and pulls it back. Tries to center it, but it is blocked by Parent. Montero now with the ball in the slot. Fires it on net, but a great block by Josh Tudor. Tudor now forces Bradley out of the zone with the ball. Bradley regroups. Fires a long slap shot from his own end, but misses the net bad and wide. Face off now to the left of Zoo in the late rigger goal. Legacy on the draw for the late riggers. Parent of Michigan Mustangs. Parent wins it out clean, but Roberto Montero steals it for the late riggers. Trying to force his way up the right side of the boards, but is unable to. Parent now gets the ball deep behind the late riggers' net. He's looking for an option out in front. Can't find one yet, as Matthew Tobin and Montero stuff him in the corner. Legacy steals it. Quick outlet pass to Bradley just outside of his reach, but he's racing onto it. Tudor with the clear. Legacy again with it just inside the late rigger zone. Chips it out. Parent picks it up for the Mustangs in the defensive end. He's trying to go wide down the left side of the boards, but he's blocked off. Gets a great pitch from Tudor, and he makes a nice move wide down the right side of the boards. Long shot on net, but he puts it wide. Legacy now picks up in his own corner behind his own net. Chips it at the near side wall, but it's intercepted by Thur. Thur walks into the slot, makes a great move, and he scores. Anthony Thur with a beauty to open the scoring for the Michigan Mustangs to take a 1-0 lead over the Toronto Late Raiders with 8 minutes remaining in the opening frame. Amidst the goal, Thur gets a bit of a breather, and we got Clay Martin coming into the game on forward. Martins now has the ball, being pressured by Legacy and Montero. Fires off the near side wall to Parent. The Parent loses it to Legacy, and Montero steers it. Montero shoots it wide behind the net. Jordan Smith picks it up to the Mustangs. She makes a great move. Another great move. She's over the line. 2-on-1. Great pass, but stolen by Rob Legacy as she tried to set it over to Clayton Martin. Ball in deep behind the Michigan Mustangs net. Parent takes it away from Rowley. Finds a lane up the right side. Sends a cross ice pass to Clay Martin. Clay Martin has it now along the center ice line. Oh, but the Rowley steals it. Remember, Rowley's coming in one-on-one around Cooter. He makes a deep around Cooter, but Cooter steals it. Here's Jordan Smith. Smith gets turned back at the blue line, but Martin picks it up and saves her. Martin's now down the left side wall. Launches it on net. Just wide of the near post. Jordan Smith finds it now. Tries to center out at run, but no one's there at the Michigan Mustang center ice line, and the ball goes deep into their own zone. Here's Martin now behind his own net. Takes it wide, and he's trying to head up the near side boards. Gets a great hit by Tudor, and he dumps it in. Parent now has it. In tight on the late Raider goal. Behind the net, he's looking for a wraparound. Tries to stuff it in, but zooms up to the challenge and slams the door shut to keep this score 1-0. Parent saw a little bit of daylight there on the short side, but Zoo knew he was there and quickly reversed back, stuffing it against the post. Face off now to the right of the late Raider goal. Parent wins the dot clean, almost out of the zone. Martins calls for a reset as his team comes back into their own zone. Martins now behind his own net. Up the right side. Cuts into the middle. Tries to dump it in. Rowley now steals it. At the center ice line, waits for Montero to clear and launches one on net. Defenseman with a huge block. Martins now. Great cross-ice pass to Jordan Smith. Smith gets shut down by Matthew Colburn, who's been so active all tournament long, closing the space on the attacking forwards. Rowley picks it up on the far side wall. Another slap shot, puts it deep into the Michigan Mustang zone. Martins retrieves it though and ends that threat. Carries it behind his own net. He's looking for an outlet pass, but the space is being closed by Rowley, and he almost loses it. Martin's now across the center ice. Parent's calling for it, but he can't get it to him because Legacy's there. Martin's back on it now, walking out into the slot. Stick handling, being pursued by Montero. Martin's with a great flip shot over the defenders, but just wide of the net and over the backboards. The Michigan Mustangs lead the Toronto Late Raiders by a score of 1-0 with 4:54 remaining in the opening frame. Legacy now loses the draw. Martins picks it up with the Mustangs. Martins looking for a shot lane, but gets forced back outside, and the ball is stolen now. The Mustangs defender handles the ball into the corner of Rowley in hot pursuit of that. Outlet pass to Martins. Martins crosses the center ice line. It's a weak shot on net, just dribbles wide of Zoo in the Late Raiders goal. Legacy there, outlet pass to Rowley. Rowley tries a long distance shot, but misses a net wide from the center ice. Martins with a great spin move to deke out Rowley, takes it behind his own net as he makes his way up the near side wall. Cuts into the middle. Tries to feather a pass to Parent, but it's picked off. Oh, Parent steals it back, however. Parent now regains control for Michigan. Tries to dump it in, but that's picked off by the Rowley. Rowley's just crossed the center ice line for the Late Raiders. Holding on to it, coming down the left wing. They're being double teamed right now by Parent and Jordan Smith. Clay Martins comes in there for the Michigan. And the Mustangs regain possession as Parent picks it up and comes behind his net. Makes a great move around Roberto Montero as he flies up down the wing. Cross-ice pass to Jordan Smith. Smith has it now. Parent swoops in and steals the ball. He's battling. And the Michigan Mustangs are going to head to the power play with 3 minutes and 4 seconds left as Toronto Late Raider Rob Legacy knocked the boards over. And that is an automatic penalty. So the Mustangs go to the power play, looking to extend their lead to 2 with just over 3 minutes remaining in the first period here at Humber College. Montero and Parent on the draw. Parent wins the draw clean. Looking for assistant captain Zalto Zurtovic. Sits down behind the net, tries centering it, but Raleig's there to intercept that pass. Raleigh picks up the puck behind his own net and tries to clear it out of the zone, but Zurtovic manages to hold it in for the Mustangs. Raleigh clears it down. Sutter has it now for the Mustangs. Sutter makes a great pass to Parent. Parent cross-ice feed and buries the ball on a beautiful one-timer. Sutter did all the work there, carried it up the near side board. The defender came to him and he made a sweet dish to Parent who was flying down the other wing. One-timed it back of the net. Zoo had no chance. 2-0 for the Michigan Mustangs over the Toronto Late Raiders. Power plays are key in power hockey, and that is exactly why. Face off at center ice now. Legacy pushes the draw forward, but Freyer there puts it into the corner and clears the ball out of danger. Mad scramble now in front of the Michigan Mustangs net, but the ball gets retrieved by Sir. And he takes up the near side boards. Makes a great move around Legacy. Legacy with a great defensive stick reaches back and steals it. Roberto battling with Sergiovic on the half boards and ball goes out of play. Face off to the right of the Lake Raiders goal. Montero for the Late Raiders clears the ball in deep behind the Michigan Mustangs net. Parent on it with very little pressure, picks it up easily. Surveys the players. Makes a nice move. Chips it in deep. Sir's on it. Sir puts it the ball, went into a centering pass. Great save by Zoo in the Late Raider goal. Bradley out. Retrieves the ball for the Late Raiders. Legacy's looking for a stretch pass. Riley hits it with him. Ball bounces to Montero. Montero makes a great move. But the Riley now. Back pass to Roberto Montero, but it's out of his reach. And Sertovic picks it up and clears the zone for the Michigan Mustangs. Riley now has it, but he's quickly double teamed by Parent and Third. Parent now has it just inside of the Michigan Mustangs offensive zone, but he's forced out by Roberto Montero. 2-0 Michigan Mustangs with 40 seconds remaining in the opening frame here at Humber College. Parent with a great cross-ice pass for Third, but Third unfortunately squanders that opportunity and puts it high and wide out of play. Face-off to the left of Zoo with 37 seconds remaining in the first period. Parent and Legacy for the face-off. Legacy pushes it forward and regains possession to the Late Raiders. Long pass to Morale. Morale gets hit by the Michigan Mustangs forward, though, and is unable to gain that pass. However, for interference, Serkovich goes to the box for the Mustangs. Late Raiders get a power play with 23 seconds remaining. The first game of the tournament for the Toronto Late Raiders, they were pretty deadly on the power play, scored on a number of opportunities, so this may be a big momentum boost here with 23 seconds left if they can put one in before the period's out. Face off to the right of Dean Alvis in the Michigan Mustangs net. Rally on the draw. Rally wins the draw, but unfortunately has to clear the zone and he puts it into his own end. Rally now trying to back pass, but isn't having too much luck with it, so he goes with the more conventional way and gets on his forehand. Carries it into the zone, drops back to Legacy. Legacy, great shot, but all of this is up to the challenge. Fuller now has it with 2.5 seconds left. Get a last shot up, but it's blocked by Colburn to end the opening frame here in Game 5 on Day 1 of the 2019 PowerHockey Canada Cup at Humber College. Not a bad opening period for both teams. Obviously, the Michigan Mustangs will be more pleased with the 2-goal lead after being outplayed in their first game of the tournament, but nothing to scoff at for the Toronto Late Raiders either. Holding their own. Few grade A scoring chances that they can try to maintain the ball throughout the remaining 2 periods and get more shots on net. They'll have a solid chance coming back in this game. Both teams are looking for their first win of the tournament tonight. The Toronto Late Raiders were beaten pretty handily by the Calgary Selects, while the Michigan Mustangs, in a rematch of last year's North American Power Hockey Championship, squared off against the Philadelphia Flyers power play. And to put it nicely, it was a blowout. But that's why we play and we keep playing, because there's another game. So let's see what happens today. Minute 35 remaining in the first intermission here at Humber College. Again, you can follow along with the 2019 Power Hockey Canada Cup on our Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as YouTube, at 2019 PH Canada Cup. We'd love to hear where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. So be sure to comment, like, share, tag, do all that. The Toronto Late Raiders will start the second period on the power play. So I'm sure they're probably drawing up some power play options, some things that they want to work out in the first minute 30 of the period to try to cut this Michigan deficit to 1. As mentioned, they've been pretty solid on the power play to start the tournament from their opening game, going 2-3. So they definitely know what to score on the power play. Let's see if they can draw up a nice play and put them in the back of the net. Seems like we got a lot of Michigan fans in the house giving their team a cheer as they come back onto the floor to start the second period. Trey Tools coming into the game for the Michigan Mustangs. It's the first time we've seen him tonight. Along with Perrin and Cooter on the back end. Late Raiders counter with Virali, Legacy, Montero, and Colbert on the back end, with Zoo in between the pipes. In the Late Raiders' previous game, they've had strong starts opening the period, so let's look for them to do that once again here in the second period. Try to bury one on the power play and get right back into this game. Refs making sure the goalies are all ready for the start of the second period. And we're live. Second period begins now. Trey Tools picks it up. The Michigan Mustangs carries it into his own zone. Drops it off the Parent, who takes it behind his own net. Bradley quickly on him, but Parent makes a nifty move and clears the zone. Bradley steals it, tries to center it, but Trey Tools is there. Montero now picks it up. Trick shot, just wide of the Michigan Mustangs net. Legacy steals it now. Has it behind his own net. Tries to center it out in the slot for Virali, but Virali is unable to handle that pass, and the ball goes deep into the Late Raider zone. Parent quickly on it for the Mustangs. In behind the Late Raider net, but he's trapped by Legacy and Virali. And it seems as though Parent has drawn a penalty for the Michigan Mustangs. Rob Legacy is going to the box for ramming. And just like that, the Late Raiders power play is done. 3-on-3 here now. Face off to the right of Zoo. Rowley wins the draw, but holds this quickly on him. Bradley takes it behind his own zone, his own net. Carrying it up the left side. And he dumps it in. Cooter now stops it with the Mustangs and drops it off the Parent in the corner to regroup. Parent, risky move right in front of his net. Ball gets stolen, and Bradley gets a great chance on net, but Dean Elvis is up to the task. Delayed penalty here now for the Michigan Mustangs. I believe that's going to be on Parent. Not mistake, Trey Tools will go off for Michigan Mustangs. And just like that, the Toronto Late Raiders go back on the man advantage. Face off to the left of Dean Elvis in the Michigan Mustang zone. Bradley and Parent on the draw. Not every day you see 2-on-2 in power hockey. Bradley now into the slot. Tries to force one in, but Cooter stuffs him. And Michigan gets a man out of the box. Sirkovich comes on. Regains his position in front of the Michigan Mustangs net. And after some solid play in the first period, but not many penalties, I feel like every 2 seconds of the penalty is Parent now for the Mustangs is going to the box for inadvertently not in the boards when he was trying to carry the ball around his own net. So we're once again back to 2-on-2. For the Late Raiders, we got Virali and Montero. And for the Michigan Mustangs, we have Cooter and Sirkovich. Actually, scratch that. We have Cooter and Thur. Face off now between Raleigh and third. Raleigh wins that one pretty easily, but third's hard on him. Raleigh now into the slot. Makes a great pass to Montero, but it's out of his reach, and the ball goes into the corner behind the Michigan Mustangs net. Raleigh now wide open in front of the net. Montero's looking to get it to him, but instead he fires it behind the net. And Raleigh picks up on the far side. Raleigh now walks out into the slot. Tries to stuff it in hard, but Dean Elvis is there and makes a great save. Montero now picks it up. Chips it on just wide of Dean Elvis in the Mustangs net. Raleigh picks it up in the corner. Being pressured by third. Raleigh now around the Michigan Mustangs net. Tries to stuff it short side, but once again, all of this shuts the door. Raleigh now again behind the net. Looks like he's going to try to flip it over the goal, but he's pressured. Ball pops out to Montero, but all of this chips it out. And here come the Michigan Mustangs right in on a 2-on-1. Third gets in front, but just shoots it wide of the far post. Legacy out of the box now, and the Late Raiders are back on the power play. Raleigh over the blue line. Long distance shot just wide of the Michigan Mustangs net. Montero picks up in the corner. Out in front to Raleigh, but it's stopped on the line. Oh, and that's a controversial call. The ball was sitting loose under Dean Olivis. Raleigh thought it was free. He reached in, poked it in, but the whistle gets blown. No goal. Mustangs still lead over the Late Raiders 2-1. Face off to the left of the Michigan Mustang zone with 11:55 remaining in the second period. Late Raiders are still on the power play as Tristan Parent is still in the box. Face off won by the Mustangs. Raleigh trick shot off the draw wide. Montero picks it up. Gives it down low to Raleigh. Raleigh's behind the net. Trying to force that run. Goes to the jam play once again, but Dean Olivis always hard on his post. The ball does not find its way across the goal line. Third against Legacy on the draw. Quick shot off the draw finds its way into Dean Olivis's lap for the save. Third wins the draw, takes it behind his own net. As Trade Tools comes out of the box of Michigan. We're back to full strength. Legacy swinging to miss as the ball comes in at the blue line. Trade Tools takes it deep into the Late Raider zone, but turns the ball over. Trey's third now for the Mustangs. Gets forced back into his own zone, and Michigan's forced to clear. Third now, chips it in deep. Coldwell with the block. Legacy picks it up off his teammate's tire. Legacy now tries to go across ice, but it's deflected. Deep into the Michigan Mustang zone, but Parent picks it up and regroups behind his own net. Carries it up the far boards. Tudor sets a great pick. Parent now letting it go far side. Raleigh breaks to that block though and forces him back into his own zone as he pressures him into his own corner. Parent fires it in deep. Third races onto it. Picks up behind the Late Raiders net. Going for the wraparound. Centers the errant run. It's sitting in the crease. Looks like Morales there and he's on it. Still an interesting. Oh, Morales able to push it three. Gets out of harm's danger. Across the center line with it, but Legacy's offside. So Legacy's forced to come in clear. Morales fires it in deep. Third picks it up for the Mustangs, carries it behind his own net and up the near side wall. Centers it, but just outside of the reach of Parent, and Raleigh picks it off and clears it back in deep to the Late Raiders. Cooter now stops it, but Legacy manages to pick it up to the Late Raiders. Drives to the net. Raleigh had a great chance in tight, but Clay Martin makes a great defensive play with the stick and clears the ball out of danger into the corner. Bradley now, great chance one time in the slot, but huge save by Dean Aldis. Legacy again, huge save. Clay Martin out over the line into the late rigger zone. Gets Fuller to put it back into his own end. Tudor chips into the corner. Third picks it up now for the Mustangs. Up the left side boards. Tries to chip it in deep, but fans on it. Montero now on the far side, battling the third, but third manages to use his stick lift and regain possession of the ball. Third now letting cross ice to Parent. Parent goes offside. Third was looking for Parent, but Parent was a little too happy there across the line, just a hair ahead of his teammate third before he could deliver a pass that would have put Parent in on a breakaway. Face off to the right of Dean Aldis in the Michigan Mustang zone. Bradley and Parent on the draw. Bradley wins the draw cleanly. He looks back to Legacy in the slot, but fires it on net. Parent now. Great spin move around Bradley. Has room up the near side walls. Clay Martin's on the far side, looking for the long cross-ice pass, but Parent elects to shoot it and misses wide. Martin now picks up behind the late rigger zone. Late rigger's net, sorry. Martin's now. Tries to pass it behind the net to his teammate Parent, but is being double teamed by Montero and Legacy. Montero steals it. Martin's now tries to keep it in the late rigger zone, but is forced to take it back into his own zone. Montero now loses it to third. On the far side wall, third has it now. Looking for Tudor to set up a pitch, and Tudor does. Cups at the middle. Gives a great outlet pass to Parent. Colburn's coming in on him. Parent drops off to Clay Martins. Martins into the slot, but loses handle of it, and Legacy picks it up. Clears the danger for the late riggers. Now he's right into it, Montero. But Tudor, like Colburn, loves to pinch and shuts that down very quickly. 7:21 remaining in the second period. The Michigan Mustangs still lead. Oh! And Faisal Morali from behind the net jams it in. And the late riggers are on the board with 7:16 remaining in the second period. A broken play for the Michigan Mustangs behind their own net leads to Morali potting his first of the game, giving the late riggers some much needed energy. Legacy wins the draw forward to Morali, who enters into the Michigan Mustang zone. Takes it around the Mustangs net, flips it out and run to Roberto Montero, but the pass is out of his reach. He regains control and fires it back into Morali. Morali now on the far side makes a great move around the defender, but she forces him wide. Morali now finds Montero, who gives it up top. Back over to Rob Legacy, who has a one-timer from the top of the slot. But once again, Dean Aldis goes post to post and stones him. Arguably the Toronto Late Riggers' best chance of the night so far. But Aldis with another great save. Face off in the Mustang zone, won by Parent. Parent takes it around his net. Gets a great pick, but is turned back to the center ice line by the late riggers who regain possession. Morali now in their zone, fires it in deep. Katie Schrader forces it into the corner, out of harm's way. Ball loose in the slot. Legacy battling for it, but it's forced into the corner by Clay Martin. Martin's regrouping now, takes it around his net. And it looks like we got a whistle because Faisal Morali and Tristan Parent got their chairs tangled together. It's not the most common scene in power hockey, but wheelchairs do get stuck from time to time, especially when they're driving really close. Their tires seem to lock up, and then they need to be pulled apart, like you just saw right there. Face off to the left of Dean Olvis in the Michigan Mustang zone. Mustangs still lead the Late Raiders 2-1. Roberto gets the ball in front of the net off the draw and has a seeing eye shot that streaks through Dean Olvis. And the Late Raiders, just like that, in a minute and a half, have tied this game at 2. A great face-off play by Rob Legacy, who dished it over to Roberto Montero, who had a pretty solid first game against the Calgary Selects, and he potted another one between the wickets of Dean Olvis. Face out left center ice, won by Legacy. Legacy pulls it back into his own zone, regains control, and tries to fire it deep in, but it hits his teammate Morale. Parent now on it with the Mustangs. He gets stripped by Morale, and Morale gets stripped by Clay Martin. Parent now in his own zone on the near side. Makes a great move around Morale. Chips it into the center to Clay Martins. Martin's on it. Colburn once again blocks Martin's route and steers the ball into the corner for his teammate to pick up. Martins now to the Mustangs. Gets stripped at the blue line by Faisal Morale. Morale coming in one-on-one. Tries to shoot it, but Cooter on the back end makes a great block for Michigan. Morale now battling for it in the corner behind the Michigan goal. Soares there, but Morale wins it. Morale's trying to let it run, gives it to Legacy. Legacy goes for the one-timer, but it's blocked by Parent. Parent clears the zone as the Late Raiders are forced to reset. And the ball is stolen by Clay Martin, who on a great flick shot from the far boards beats Leo Zhu far side to restore Michigan's lead. 3-2 Mustangs with 4:42 remaining in the second period. Zhu got a piece of it, but it bounced off his foot and in the back of the net. Looks like Sean Selsey for the Toronto Late Raiders is going to check in for the first time in this tournament, as it appears that Matthew Colburn, the Toronto Late Raiders stud defenseman, is having some sort of mechanical problem with his wheelchair after that goal. Sertal wins the draw from the Mustangs, pushes it forward. Parent on it in tight, and he buries one. Seems as though the Late Raiders fell asleep on that one. Third knocked the ball forward on the draw. Parent rushed onto it. Forehand, backhand, back to his forehand. Bang, back of the net. Zhu had no chance. And just like that, the Michigan Mustangs, who blew a 2-goal lead to start the second period, got it right back. Rallying out into the Mustang zone for the Late Raiders and gets bumped. And it appears that the Late Raiders are going back to the power play after Anthony Fleur gets charged with ramming after hitting Faisal Morale, who was trying to make his way down the left side boards. Clay Martin and Morale on the draw now. Martins wins the draw, but Morale manages to steal it. Tries to center it out to Rob Legacy, but Cooter's there to block that pass. Morale now being double teamed by Martins and Cooter, but he finds Legacy. Legacy over to Montero. Montero turns, shoots, and fires, but it's blocked by Parent, who clears the ball deep into the Late Raider zone. Selsey going in on it, but Cooter manages to get there first. Cooter with the Mustangs now seems to be content with killing the clock behind the Late Raiders net, but Legacy comes in and says none of that. He chips it up to Montero. Montero goes cross ice to Morale, but he's offside. Bradley had a lot of space on that one with a walk, and probably had a pretty good scoring opportunity. But once again, just offside of the pass on Roberto Montero. Face off to the right of Zoo with 3:49 remaining. Legacy forces Clay Martin back into his own zone. Martin has it with the Mustangs in the corner. Takes it around his own net, but turns the ball over to Raleigh, who's quickly there on it. Raleigh now has it out in front. Battling with Parent, and Parent manages to force him back a little bit. Raleigh now once again on it. Raleigh centers it to Legacy in the slot. Legacy, quick shot, but he puts it wide of Dean Olvis. Parent now. Parent goes wide down. Parent now on a 2-on-1. Parent over to Clay Martins. Martins on it. Quick shot. Big save by Leo Zhu to keep this lead small. Roberto Montero now has it with the late Raiders with 2:49 remaining in the second period. Cross this pass to Rob Legacy. Legacy over the center to Raleigh. Raleigh tries to go back a couple times to Roberto Montero, but it's stopped both times. Montero now drops it out to Legacy, who loses it. Clay Martin picks it up in his own zone. Takes it behind Dean Olvis in the Mustangs net. Launches it deep into the late Raider zone as third comes out of the box. Team's on even strength right now. Martins now has it on the far boards. Tries to center it, but it's blocked by Rob Legacy. Bradley now picks it up. Right down the middle, but is being pursued by Parent and Clay Martin. Parent now into the late Raider zone, but Montero steals it, chips it in deep. Bradley's hard on it, but Cooter clears out of danger over to third. So it's forced back into his own zone by a nifty stick lift by Rob Legacy. Third now behind his own net, getting the pick on Cooter. Cooter up the left side wall. Cooter chips in deep. Parent gets it now. He's coming in on a little break. Legacy's there to shut it down, though. Cool Martins now. Tries to fire it in, but it's blocked. Montero has it with the late Raiders. Approaching the center ice line, and he fires it in deep. Cooter with a block. Clears the ball out of harm's way. Third now behind his own net with the Mustangs. Chips the ball out to Clay Martins. Martins now at the center ice line, but he loses his hand a little bit. Raleigh steals it. Raleigh now into the slot with the late Raiders. Tries to shoot it on net, but it's blocked. Legacy picks it up with the late Raiders with 53 seconds remaining. Shoots it on net, but it goes wide. Far side boards. Here's the Parent now. Tries to go around Legacy, but it's forced back into his own zone to regroup. Legacy's hard on the floor check. Not wanting Michigan to get any more chances here in the final 33 seconds of the second period. Parent now chips it in deep. Thir's on it. Third makes a move around Celsi, but loses the handle of it, but picks up again. Has it behind the net, Third. Stick gets slashed by Montero. Montero's in on a break. But once again, Third and the rest of the Michigan Mustangs are hard on the floor check and cause a turnover. 5 seconds left in the period. Parent's content to sit behind his own net and let the clock run out. After 2 periods of play at the 2019 PowerHockey Canada Cup at Humber College in Toronto, Ontario, the Michigan Mustangs lead the Toronto Late Raiders by a score of 4-2. Mustangs are up 2-0 after 1, and the Late Raiders seem to come out firing, scoring a couple quick goals and tying this game midway through the second period. But once again, like in the Calgary game where the Late Raiders would make it close and their opponent would quickly come back, that happened here. Michigan plotted 2 quick runs on back-to-back face-offs to restore their 2-goal lead. .239 remaining in the intermission. biggest thing for me is the Toronto Lake Raiders need to really focus on maintaining possession, passing. Legacy scored a beautiful goal that was off a pass. So they can keep that up and maintain that pressure and the possession throughout the entire third period. They definitely have an opportunity to come back in this game. They're only down by 2. Seems we have some paparazzi in the crowd trying to take a picture of the players on the court. Not. Again, this is the final game of day 1 at the PowerHockey Canada Cup between the Michigan Mustangs and the Toronto Lake Raiders. Both teams are winless in their opening games on day 1. The Michigan Mustangs fell to the favorites of the tournament, the Philadelphia Flyers Power Plays, pretty handedly, while the Toronto Lake Raiders were in a similar game to this one, back and forth, but just couldn't get over the hump and ended up falling to the Calgary Selects. This game will go a long way in determining position after tomorrow's round robin wraps up. Not sure what they're discussing, but it seems like Dean Olivis and the Michigan Mustangs have something to say to the refs during the intermission. Maybe arguing some calls. There was a flurry of penalties in the beginning portion of that second period. All right, we're 20 seconds away from the start of the third period. The Michigan Mustangs lead the Toronto Lake Raiders by a score of 4-2. We had 4 goals scored in that period. Lake Raiders were down 2-0, scored a couple quick ones, tied the game up, but the Mustangs came roaring right back and restored their 2-goal lead with about 5 minutes remaining in the period. Looks like the Toronto Lake Raiders are starting Matthew Coburn, who seems to have his wheelchair back in good shape and good health. He'll be joined by Captain Legacy, Roberto Montero, and Faisal Barali. Well, it seems like the Michigan Mustangs are still getting some pointers from their coach as the Lake Raiders line up, getting ready for the face-off. The Mustangs will counter with Clay Martin, Tristan Heron, Anthony Suter, and Josh Cooter on the back end, with the captain, Dean Olivis Jr. in between the pipes. And he has been stellar through 2 periods so far here at Humber College. Third Legacy or the draw to start the third period. Legacy wins the draw, chips it in deep into the Mustang zone. Cooter there to steer it away. Drops it off to Parent behind his own net. Parent quickly pressured by Legacy and Barali. Legacy steals the ball behind the Michigan Mustangs net. And tucks it in short side. Just the start Ed Tobin and the rest of the Toronto Lake Raiders coaching staff was certainly hoping for. 19 seconds into the third period, and the Lake Raiders cut the Mustangs deficit to 1. 4-3. Parent got a little cute behind the net. Legacy stole it and tucked it in on the wraparound. Face out that center ice now. Legacy dumps it in, but Parent's on it. Parent takes it around his own net. Cooter sets the pit. Parent now up the left side boards. Over center. Crosses ice to third, but third misses the pass and regains it on the far boards. Third now deep into the late Raider zone. Centers it out and run. Legacy tries to clear it, but misses it, so Parent picks up on the far side. Parent now being pressured by Legacy and Montero. Legacy's got that long reach and is able to force the ball. Roberto tries to go cross ice to Morale, but Thur's there. He stops it, chips it back in deep to Parent. Parent set up a partial break, but Legacy's long stick clears it, and Montero picks it up. Battling the Thur. Montero gets the ball over the blue line. Carries it into the Michigan Mustang zone and chips it into the corner for Morale, who races onto it. Morale now in the corner. Centering past the Legacy. Legacy, quick shot on the slot, but it's blocked by Kruger. Ball goes back out to Legacy, just inside the zone. He's double teamed by Thur and Martins. Legacy chips it in deep. The veteran Martins for the Michigan Mustangs picks it up. Carries it behind his own net. Kruger once again with a great pick. Martins goes cross ice to Parent. Thur gets it and dumps it in deep. Parent races onto it on the right side. Parent tries to drop it back to Thur, but Legacy chips it out. The Michigan Mustangs regroup. Thur now surveying the land. Decides to go down the right side of the boards. Goes around the rally. Shoots it on net and scores. Thur restores the Mustangs 2-goal lead. Crossing center ice and a beautiful teardrop shot over Joey Scheck, who replaced the Leo Zoo in the late Raiders goal. (5-3) Mustangs with 12:50 remaining in the third period. Face off at center ice. Legacy wins the draw forward once again. Morale tries to race onto it and fires it on net, but all of this is a great back save. Faisal Morale battling forward in the corner. Tries to walk out, but he's double teamed quickly. Parent picks up with the Mustangs behind his own net. Montero quickly pinches him and steals the ball. Clay Martins has it now on the right side boards, carrying it up with the Mustangs over the blue line. Letting to Parent, but he decides to shoot and misses wide. Parent now picks up behind the net for the Mustangs. Surveying the land, decides to walk out high a bit. Gets a nice pick, flips it on net, just misses wide. Martin's in on it. Picks up in the corner with Montero on him. Decides to drop the back to Parent. Serkovic comes in for the block from the Mustangs. Parent now battling forward just at the center line. Gets forced back into the zone by Rob Legacy and Morale. Morale on Parent now, just inside the Michigan Mustang zone. Battling for it. They're pinned on the near side wall. Morale finds it in his feet. Drives down the right side. Cuts back in. Just shot far side wide. Martins has it. The late Raiders are looking to press here, down 2 goals with 11:23 remaining. Bradley tried to stop it short side, but all of this shut the door once again. Face off to the left of the Michigan Mustangs net with 11:18 remaining. Michigan 5, Toronto 3. Legacy and Martins on the draw. Legacy and Parent on the draw. Legacy looking to put it to the net. And he manages to do so, but Cooter's there in the lane and blocks that one. Ball gets stuck in his feet, and we'll redo that face-off. Legacy tries putting it towards the net once again, but once again, he's shut down. Serkovic clears it into the corner and out of danger. Out of the slot, Parent picks it up. Gets a block by Martins. Goes around his net. Cuts back. Gets another block by Martins. But Morale and Legacy shut the door. Parent now off the boards. Martins now breaking in with Serkovic on a 2-on-1. Martin shoot. Oh, just wide of the net. Deep in the corner now. Serkovic has it. Looking around for Parents who can give him the ball. Centers it out in front. Martins has it now on the slot. Being pressured by Legacy and Morale. He's forced back into his own zone to regroup. Parent now drives it all the way back in behind his own net in the corner. Makes a great spin move, but Legacy steals that one. Legacy tries forcing it towards the net, but is unable to. Too many chairs in front of the Michigan Mustangs. Martins up the near side wall. The Parent racing onto it. Parent blows by Montero. Parent tries to take it around the net, but gets cut off by Matthew Colburn. Bradley now over center and launches one. What a goal by Faisal Morale. Not even at the center line and let one go. Top shelf. That was a bullet. Dean Aldis had no chance, and the late Raiders once again just don't quit. They keep battling back. Now down 5-4 with 9:53 here in the third period at the final game of day one at the 2019 PowerHockey Canada Cup. Face off at center ice. Legacy in third on the draw. Legacy loses it, but he regains it and chips it in deep. Cooter with the Mustangs, knocks it into the corner. It's a clear danger. Martins has it with the Mustangs. He fakes throwing up the left side wall and decides to take it on the right. Turns back. Doesn't like what he sees. Now down the near side wall after a great hit by third, but Montero's there and forces him back. Martins now dipsy doodling, trying to find a lane. Montero's there to shut him off. Martins again, trying the right side once again. This time he has the lane and he's able to fire it in deep but wide. Jordan now into the game for the Toronto Late Raiders on the blue line. Ball deep in behind Joey Shett in the Toronto Late Raiders net. Face off to the left of Joey Shett in the Late Raiders net. Bradley on the draw, wins it cleanly and goes right around his centerman. Carries it over the blue line. Coaches yell at him to shoot it. He does, but Cooter is in position to block it before it gets to his goalie. Late Raiders clear the zone. Jordan now picks it up in their own net, in their own zone, sorry. Parent has it for the Mustangs. Chips it in deep, but wide of Shett in the Late Raiders goal. Jordan now has it for the Late Raiders, but Parent swoops in and steals it. Sorry, that was Cooter, and Cooter found Parent in front of the net, wide open, one-timer, bang. 2-goal lead restored. Seemed as though the Toronto Late Raiders got caught sleeping a little bit there. Didn't see Parent wide open in front of the net, but his teammate Third did, and Third gave him a beautiful pass. And Parent, one-timer, under the bar, 6-4 with 8:21 remaining for the Michigan Mustangs here in the third period. Smitch back into the game for the Michigan Mustangs. Rally off the draw, shots wide. Cooter leaves it to Parent behind his own net. Parent now up the left side boards. He has lots of room to take it. Legacy with a great stick knocks the ball back into the Michigan Mustang zone. Martins picks it up to the Mustangs. Makes a great move up the near side wall. Chips it up to Parent. Parent's battling with it for Rally. Rally gets now. Rally's walking in one-on-one with Cooter. He's reaching for it. He makes a great move. Backhand just wide of the far post. Smitch has it with the Mustangs. Smitch now gets double teamed, but Parent comes in to support. Smitch has it again. Appears the clock has gone dead here at Humber College, so refs blow the play dead. With just over 7.5 minutes remaining in the third period. 6-4 for the Michigan Mustangs. It seems as though it's going to be a trend for the Toronto Lake Raiders. Find themselves in an early hole, battle back. Looks like they're going to tie the game, and then once again the other team extends their lead and restores their lead. It happened in their contest earlier today with the Calgary Selects. Chipping away, chipping away, chipping away, and then just can't get over the hump to tie the game. And it's happening here once again against the Michigan Mustangs. Tied the game at 2 in the second period, then went down 4-2 before the middle frame ended. Scored early in the third to get themselves right back in the game, but can't get over the hump, haven't been able to tie it yet, down 6-4 here with about half the third period remaining. And it looks like we got the Stars walk back. 8:21 remaining in the third period. Ed Tobin of the Toronto Lake Raiders is giving his team some advice. Sounds like he wants them to direct everything towards Dean Olivis in the Michigan Mustangs net. They're down by 2. They got to put some pressure on them in the final 8.5 minutes of this third period if they want to pull a W out for the first of the tournament. We know the Michigan Mustangs are going to keep the pressure on. No doubt about that. All right, it seems we've resolved the clock issue here at Humber College in Toronto. The face-off will be to the right of Dean Olivis and the Michigan Mustangs net. We got Smith, Cooter, Parent, and Martins on for the Mustangs with the Legacy, Morale, Montero, and Jordan for the Lake Raiders. Martins now has the ball for the Mustangs behind his own goal. Forced to try the other side as Montero shuts that down. Martins finds the lane. Up the right side of the boards. He cuts across the ice just inside his own zone. Goes down the left side across the center. Has a great chance. Shot to the net, but Jordan's there to shut that one down. Great tire save as a defenseman. Ball goes deep into the Michigan zone. Cooter smartly collects it and puts it in the corner for his teammates to come and support him. Montero hard on it. Ball chipped out in front of the net. Right in the crease. But finds his way out towards the blue line. Morale has it now. Makes a great move around Smith, but it's hooked. Penalty coming up to Parent for hooking. Bradley got the ball at the center ice line, made a great move around Jordan Smith. But her teammate, Tristan Parent, reached in and hooked Bradley before he could get a shot off. And I don't know what's going on, but I think Dean Olivis is not happy about that call as the captain is out of his crease, talking to the lead official here. Big opportunity here for the Toronto Lake Raiders, down 6-4 with just under 7 minutes remaining in the third period. Look for them to direct everything towards the net as they try to get back into this one. Smith out for the Mustangs. Third back in. Martins and Bradley on the draw to the right, to the left of Dean Olivis. Cooter, the defenseman, up tight on the faceoff, so Morale has no chance to direct it straight towards the net. He tries to anyway, but Cooter's right there. Morale now drops off to Legacy. Legacy over to Montero. Montero gives it to Morale, who tries a sweet spin shot but misses wide. And Fuller picks up the ball and clears it deep into the Toronto Lake Raiders zone. Legacy, the captain of the Toronto Lake Raiders now, picks up the ball. Takes it down the left side, over the center ice line. Stops up. Third right on him. He tries to find Montero, but Clay Martin steps up, fires that one down. And the ball rolls all the way through and almost finds its way back into the net. That was a seeing eye shot by Martins from his own zone. It went through Nicole Cullerton and just got stuck under Joey Schett's chair that were crossing the goal line. That surely would have been a backbreaker. Lake Raiders win this all in their own zone and look to attack as they're still on the power play. Montero, cross-ice pass to Borelli. Borelli now over the center ice line to Legacy. Legacy turns back. Legacy fires it in deep to Montero. Montero spin shoots, fires, but Cougar deflects it into the corner. Third picks it up for the Mustangs, being pressured by Borelli and Montero. Borelli has it now for the Lake Raiders. Tries to stuff it in short side, but Dean Olvis is there. He tries the far side now. No chance to wrap it. Ball goes into the corner to the right of Dean Olvis. Martins passes it behind his own net to Cougar. Cougar being pressured by Montero. Cougar drops it to third. Third chips it off ice to Clay Martins. Clay Martins over center. Great flip shot, but Joey Schett is up to the task and stops him. Legacy picks it up now with 5:13 remaining in the third period. Drops it off to Faisal Borelli. Borelli stops up. Thirds on him. Borelli chips it towards the net. The ball drops for Rob Legacy, who just chips it wide of the net. That would have been a beauty. Would have been a beauty. Ball to the right of Dean Olvis. Borelli picks it up. Looking for a back pass, but Thur reads that and stuffs him. Borelli tries another great pass, but picked off by Thur this time, who takes it around his own net. He gets turned back by Montero and goes the other way, carrying it up the right side of the boards. Chips it in deep, but Borelli manages to stop it. And the ball goes out of play. 4:21 remaining here as the Michigan Mustangs lead the Toronto Lake Raiders in the final contest of day one at the PowerHockey Canada Cup. Face off at center ice. Legacy and Thur on the draw. Thur wins it, but Montero steals it and carries it into the Michigan Mustang zone. Tries to force it in deep, but Martins is there and stuffs him. Montero on it again. Trying to find Borelli, but he goes for the shot as well. Cougar. And Borelli has a great chance on net, but it's swiftly cleared away. Legacy tries to center it, deflected, and the Michigan Mustangs are able to clear their zone. Parent now picks up, makes a great move around Neeson, tries to center Erdent run to Thur, and Thur got stoned not once but twice in on the doorstep by Joey Schett. Clay Martins picks it up in the Mustang zone. Goes down the near side boards, gets turned back by Montero. Cougar sets a hit. Martins tries the right side, the left side again. Cougar now. Martins over the center ice line, dumps it in. To the right of Joey Schett. Legacy picks it up, tries firing it upside the near side wall, but Thur's there to stop it. The Toronto Lake Raiders are deep in their own zone, not where they want to be with 3 minutes left. But here comes Borelli. Up the right side, over center ice, gets a shot on net. But once again, Cougar, the defenseman, in perfect position, stops it. The ball gets stuck in the seat. Face off to the left of Dean Olvis in the Michigan Mustang zone. Legacy and Thur on the draw. Legacy tries to go forward on the draw to no avail as Parent picks it up, takes it around his own net. Gets trapped. Goes off the boards, plays it to himself, and finds some room up the left side boards. Tries to cross ice. Can't find third, but Cooter's there and regroups. Cooter leaves it to the parent on the right side. Cooter now takes it behind his net. Clay Martin's there to set a pick. Third gets a beauty pass, and it's thrown on a breakaway. Cooter, forehand, backhand, forehand. He scores! Josh Cooter puts the nail in the coffin for this one, as it looks like the Michigan Mustangs, up 7-4 with 2:51, are going to take this one and record their first win of the tournament. The late Raiders are going aggressive there. McCullough Jordan, the defenseman, pinched up, but Parent found Cooter with a beauty breakaway pass. Parent now deep in the Mustang zone, picks up the ball. He's getting pressured by Barali. Barali knows there's not much time left and he has to do something. Parent takes it behind his net. Tries the right side, gets turned back again. Parent now, not wanting to make a risky play with so little time left, decides to dump it in deep. He finds Thur again, in behind the forwards. Thur takes a look for Martins, but the shot's blocked by Jordan. Off the tire and back into the Mustang zone. 1:25 remaining in the third period here as the Michigan Mustangs lead the Toronto Lake Raiders 7-4. Parent clears it in deep to the Lake Raiders zone. Thur finds it. Thur makes a great move. Tries to get a shot on net, but is closed out by McCullough Jordan. We get Joe checking in for the Lake Raiders with a few minutes remaining in this game, getting his first taste of the PowerHockey Canada Cup in the tournament. Martins picks it up. Crosses center for the Mustangs. Tries to center it, but Jordan's there. Parent battling with Barali. Parent now turns, shoots. Blocked by Barali in the slot. Parent again. Tries it back in. Blocked by Jordan this time. Martins tries to center it. On the near side here. In the late rear zone finds Parent. Parent makes a great move. Stopped by Sheck. Tries a short side jam play, but is unable to sneak it in. Then he flips out and run. Thur has it now. Thur makes a great play. Tries to get to the front of the net, but Legacy clears it. 12 seconds remaining here. Parents just not clear the clock as he dumps it back into the late Raider zone. And the final game on day one at the 2019 PowerHockey Canada Cup goes to the Michigan Mustangs, who defeat the Toronto Lake Raiders by a score of 7-4 here at Humber College. It was a valiant effort by the Toronto Lake Raiders. Battled back down 2, cut the deficit, tied it up. Michigan restored their 2-goal lead. Lake Raiders battled back once again, but could not tie it up after the game was tied at 2 apiece in the second period and fall 7-4. A very similar game from their first contest for the Lake Raiders against the Calgary Selects. Just can't get over the hump yet. Let's see what happens tomorrow when they take on the Toronto Toros and the Philadelphia Power Play. Day 2 of action at the 2019 PowerHockey Canada Cup. begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. as the Philadelphia Flyers power play take on the Calgary Selects. Followed by the Toronto Toros and the Michigan Mustangs, Philadelphia Flyers, and the Toronto Lake Raiders. And then the nightcap to close out day 2, 6 p.m. The bitter rivals, the Battle of Ontario, the Toronto Lake Raiders versus the Toronto Toros. And the veteran Clay Martins is the player of the game for the Michigan Mustangs. On the losing side, for the Toronto Lake Raiders, Roberto Montero is named the MVP. Once again, in the final game here on day 1 of action at the PowerHockey Canada Cup, the Toronto Lake Raiders fall to the Michigan Mustangs, 7-4. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, right here at 10 a.m. and connect with us on social media at 2019 PH Canada Cup.